It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns, next on Madden Football.
On the shores of Lake Erie here in the city of rock and roll. Our coverage of the NFL brings us to Huntington Bank Field. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And off we go from Cleveland. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And they'll be led out by this promising young signal caller out of the University of Colorado.
It's always fun, puts a smile on my face when I see a rookie leading an offense out. A lot of them look like 10-year vets with confidence and poise in the middle of that huddle, in the middle of their teammates. But let's watch his first couple throws. That's where sometimes you could see some of those nerves slipping through.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Ford straight ahead. He's contained at the line for no gain. Minkah Fitzpatrick in on the stop. So after their first offensive snap, we'll have a break in the action. One of the linemen in need of some attention from the trainers. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They're throwing it. Finds a man, Deontay Johnson has it. And he's going to be touchdown, Brock. Looks to be a couple yards shy of that marker. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll throw it. Got a man. It's Njoku. And this one does not go far.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll run it for the first time with Jalen Warren. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Third and just 2 to go. Off the play fake, here's Rodgers. Caught by Freiermuth. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. First carry for the versatile vet, Cordero Patterson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Rodgers here from the gun. Finds his target, Patterson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Greg Newsome has it. And the Browns get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. The caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here's 2nd and 7. Buys time, rolling right. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a first. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
He finds Johnson. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Ford running to the right. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Illegal blocking the ball. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know And you may come back too, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Another one for Ford. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Now on 2nd and 10. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
So the Browns are going to kick the field goal on 4th down. Dustin Hopkins on for the attempt. This is from 35 out on the left hash. Carlson's kick is good. And they're on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Calvin Austin on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their 2nd drive. They threw the interception on their opening drive, Brock, but that's right from their memory as they head back out now.
Yeah, it's got to be, right? And when you throw that pick early, you've got to flush it. The defense helped with that, holding that offense on the other side to just a field goal and giving this offense now some hope as they take the field again.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The give to Patterson out of the shotgun. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Warren running between the tackles. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him 3 on that game. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Throwing on 1st down, Rodgers. He finds Woods. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Rodgers here off the play action. He's throwing deep to the left side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they eschewed the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front. And they fired off the line, knowing the run was coming. And boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Rodgers throwing on third down. Finds him over the middle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
On fourth down, it's Corliss Waitman on for the Steelers to punt this away. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. The Browns getting their offense out there. They've got an early 3-0 lead as they take over here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back to the well again. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. On the slant, complete to Judy. And they bring him down up at the 12-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Jukes one defender, and before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be good field position for them as they take over right at midfield. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. Warren here from the gun. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 46. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He completes it in traffic. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
From the shotgun, Rodgers. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Throwing again, it's Rodgers. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. It's 2nd and goal.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Again, Rodgers. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And they'll try to build on that big stop.
There's no question this group wanted to be aggressive in the red zone. Back-to-back passing plays, but an incompletion and now a sack means they've done nothing but go backwards. Time to find a little better protection and much, much better results.
That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. It's Steelers ball as we return for the second, and they have to be thinking points here. Now Rodgers on 3rd and goal. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers take a 2nd quarter lead. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers take a 4-point lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That's going to be caught by Carter. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Back to throw now. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. Looking that time for Deontay Johnson. So that brings them to 3rd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Corey Bajorquez on the punt. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Steelers will take over possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Counterplay here, Warren. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the 28. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
It's Warren on 3rd down. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That's a short gain of 1. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against the front, gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 43. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Rodgers will look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Corliss Waitman out there again to punt this away. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Pulled in at the 20. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Browns will go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Connects with Johnson. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 34. On the slant, complete to Johnson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Going option, headed left on this 1st down. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
2nd and 4. Connection made to Judy. And they make the tackle at the 38. They get an even 10 on that play. And that gives the Browns a first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Here's Ford running right. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Staying on the ground with Ford. He breaks the tackle, and he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion right. They give to Carter, right side. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels, and right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
They'll come up 1st and 10. The give now out of the shotgun. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Changing things up, they're going to throw now. And he's got it! Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns take a second-quarter lead. Deontay Johnson with the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Hopkins knocks the extra point through. And the Browns push their lead to 3. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Cordero Patterson now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Rodgers here from the gun. It's caught Metcalf. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. He finds Woods. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. A give left side to Warren. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Rodgers. Finds the in route complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fights deep into enemy territory, out of bounds at the 7. The Browns, ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He finds Johnson. Good little whip there. Looks like about 6. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Running left, here's Ford. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
The Steelers calling their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. They'll punt another one away. Corey Bajorquez returning to the field. Cordero Patterson to return for the Steelers. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
From the 47. Finds Woods. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
To the air here on first down, Rodgers. This is reeled in by Wilson. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackled there by Jerome Baker.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Throwing again, it's Rodgers. He's on the move. He's keeping it. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, Rodgers. That's complete to Wilson. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Cut at the 10-yard line.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers field goal unit. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Dicker connects there. And it'll knock this game up late in the second quarter.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Well, Brock Martin, a touchback. This kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. He's back to throw. He's going to push one deep down the... They connect on the deep shot. And they bring him down around the 34. We've arrived at the break, and what a second half we're in store for. It's tied at 10 after 2. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Patterson now to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. A run for Warren here to start the third. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball could go right over their head.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. Caught by Freiermuth. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now they're going to wait to see how they respond. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Now Rodgers. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got third down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Rodgers set to pass. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
The Steelers set to punt it. Corliss Waitman will kick it away. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it's going to be their football coming up. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Njoku. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Makes the connection. Here's Jerome Ford. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play, and keep driving that defense backwards.
They've got first down from the 31. Still sticking with the passing game. That one complete to Njoku. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to make it down to the 15-yard line. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
They give it to him again. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. On the carry, it's Ford. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
So the Browns are going to kick the field goal on 4th down. Dustin Hopkins on for the attempt. This is going to be a 31-yarder from the right hash. Carlson's kick is good. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Patterson now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They'll go again with Warren. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Shotgun handoff for Patterson. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. It's an 8-yard gain, and things looking a whole lot better now. 3rd and 3 upcoming.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, He took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
First and 10 from the 41. Trying an inside give to Warren. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up.